With Spider-Man PS4 coming out on September 7th, the hype train for this game is real.
Tell everyone to hang on!
I already feel that Insomniac is going to deliver us the best Spider-Man game to date, which may not be that difficult to do in the first place considering the Spider-Man games we've had recently. But while waiting, I wanted to give you guys what I want to see in the game. There's a lot of videos already covering this topic, but I felt that with my video, I kind of want to make it different in that I want to go in deeper and how to make this gaming experience more rich. And to start off, number 1, make me feel like Peter Parker. Insomniac already said that this is going to be a Peter Parker story, which is great. I'm really happy about that. That's a good sign. With this theme, we really get to see the man behind the mask. We get to see his struggles and his relationships. And I feel like in order for the gamer to really immerse themselves in the role as Peter Parker, there should be some mechanics in the game that should allow you to do that. One thing that Insomniac should do that I feel like could help out the game is free roam as Peter Parker. We all know free roaming as Spider-Man is fun, but if there's an option to free roam as Peter Parker, that would be really cool. We've already seen from the Game Informer article that you'll be able to fast travel by using the subway, but can Peter Parker take the subway? I think that'd be really cool. Can Peter Parker take a taxi? We know Peter Parker is poor in this game, so he's not going to be able to afford a car, so can he ride a bike to different locations? Another mechanic in this game that can make the Peter Parker experience more personal is allowing the player to upgrade their apartment. Can Peter Parker go into different stores and buy posters or furniture? And how does he get the money to do that? Like, can he run errands as Peter Parker? Can you customize the way Peter Parker looks? Can you get him a different haircut? Can you get him different clothes? Other things like, can Peter Parker go out to eat? Can he buy pizza or a hot dog? It's New York, so you should be able to do that as Peter Parker, or at least as Spider-Man. The cool thing about the Peter Parker and Spider-Man duality is that there are instances where Peter can talk to people that Spider-Man can't. So I want those interactions Peter Parker has with people to be very interesting. It may be even more interesting than Spider-Man's interactions with different characters. Speaking about relationships, can Peter go on dates with MJ? And how does that enrich the story? This kind of segues to the second thing I want to see in the Spider-Man game. I want the game to make me care about the side characters. I want Insomniac to make the side characters interesting. I think that they already had that in mind in the get-go. They're making MJ playable, which is a very interesting take. I don't recall any other Spider-Man game allowing a player to do that. Would it be interesting for the player to also play as Miles on the homeless shelter or Aunt May? That would be really funny. I think those two characters would bring really interesting viewpoints into the game. I want Insomniac to make these side characters fleshed out and make them integral to the main story. If the side characters that interact with Peter are interesting, are important, I feel like there's more of a motivation for the player to pursue the storyline, to hunt down the bad guys, because you know who Spider-Man is protecting. Number 3, I want a bigger New York. The map is already confirmed to be huge, and if you don't know, Insomniac Games made Sunset Overdrive, and the map for that place is a decent size. And the creative director, Bryan Intihar, has already stated, as well as other sources, that the New York City of this game is like 6 times larger than Sunset Overdrive's map. Okay, so we already know the map is huge. When I think about it, most Spider-Man games only focus on Manhattan. Peter's from Queens, so let's explore that part of New York. Miles is from Brooklyn. Can we go to Brooklyn? There are 5 boroughs that Spider-Man should be able to explore, and I think that would help deviate this game from other past Spider-Man games. Along with that, I want Insomniac to add layers to this map. I feel that if we just have empty buildings, it wouldn't be as interesting. Players should be able to enter into certain buildings. Don't allow it to be noticeable that this building can be accessible. I feel like that's part of the fun of exploration, where players just randomly swinging around the city and, oh look, this door is open, can I enter in? Oh wow, there's a cool little collectible if I go in this building. I think that'd be really interesting if Insomniac allows that type of exploration in this game. I'm not saying that all buildings should be accessible to the player, but at least a decent amount, I would say. With making New York feel bigger, they should add a day-night cycle, which I'm pretty sure they've already established. They should add a weather cycle. Well, we already know there's gonna be rain, but wouldn't it be cool if you get to see a thunderstorm? Can there be fog? Will there be snow? And how does feather affect the traversal of Spider-Man? Having all these factors would be really interesting if implemented in the game. We already know there's going to be a bunch of side missions in Spider-Man PS4. I want these missions to be interesting. Yeah, you should have the mission where it's like a no-brainer, you just attack some crooks or car chase. Those are fine, that's already implemented in the game. I want there to be interesting stories with some of these side quests, and by doing certain side quests, I want the player to be able to upgrade their Spider-Man, or there should be some sort of reward from doing these missions. And I don't want it to be just cosmetics either. I want to be actual valuable upgrades added on to my Spider-Man character. I want some of these side missions to support the main plot of the game. Side missions are a good way to tell a fuller story that the main plot line can't tell. It's already been exemplified in The Witcher and in the Arkham games that it can help with world building, it can help with uncovering some mysteries, it can help foreshadow the sequel to this game, because I'm pretty sure this game is going to make a bunch of money, and Insomniac is probably going to make a Marvel Spider-Man 2. And also, I want Spider-Man to be able to grow from these side missions, not only upgrade wise, but as a character. How does Spider-Man and Peter mature from doing these side missions? Those are just a few thoughts on what I want to see in the game, and by the looks of the development so far, I'm happy to say that Insomniac is on the right track. If you are subscribed to my channel, you know that I'm not really a video game / Spider-Man channel, but I am just a huge Spider-Man fan, and I'm very excited for this game. And with the release date coming out and all this content coming out, I had to make a video. But yeah, let me guys know if you want to see more Spider-Man PS4 related content. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, or dislike it if you didn't like my video. Subscribe down below for more content like this. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and until next time. Peace.